Sergeant Sean Giddings with the Fort Collins Police Department. I'm unavailable to take your call right now. Please leave me a detailed message, and I will return your call as soon as I can.
Record your message at the tone. When you are finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
Yes, this message is for Sergeant Sean Giddings. This is William Montgomery speaking. You know me, Mr. William Montgomery. That's 970-825-4421 or 970-412-5463. Yeah, I'd like to sit down and have a little conversation with you if you'd like. Seeing as how you're still part of the police force, I think this would be a nice, good faith attempt on your part to show that you guys are doing the best you can to do your jobs. So, community-oriented policing. I would like to have a conversation with you personally. I'd like to sit down with you, Sean Giddings, and I'd like to show you what my research has given me. Just a nutshell, I talked to the Parks Department. Bud, he doesn't offer that map anymore. Just to let you know, if you go to the real estate department, they have multiple leases for the actual Parks Department or for the actual Jefferson Park. Hey, if you actually go take a look at that actual Jefferson Park itself, you see those fenced areas? Yeah, the Linden Street sidewalk's not included in that fence. Yeah, I appealed it, and the district attorney also lied through his face, through his teeth. I'm not joking, man. I think you're in big trouble. And I would very much like to just work with you on a civil note first. I would like to show you these maps, and I would like to simply ask you what you think the boundaries of Jefferson Park were. Because, well, let's just get it straight to the facts. You had a trial with David Montgomery, and your judge struck something down. She said that the maps that you tried to use weren't good enough. They didn't have legends on them. There wasn't even designation for the area anyways. And then for you to literally turn around and tell the jury in my trial that the Parks Department is still the official boundaries. Yeah, we're on to you, man. You're a liar. You're an actual thug. You're a mafia little punk thug. You said multiple times on the streets that you also talked to the city manager's department, city attorney. Hey, what do you know when I ask you in court? You say you've never talked to the city department or anything like that. Oh, hey, by the way, you said that there were 2 leases in the for the parks for the Jefferson Park there on the stand. You said 2. Hey, guess what? Deshane's in his final statement, he only said 1. And guess what? There only is 1 lease. And if you guys are talking about leases, you better have looked at them. And like I said, Parks Department, they took back that map a long time ago. They only offer a maintenance map. Actually, if you go talk to Giddings, or if you actually go talk to Bud himself, specifically Bud, he said specifically, and I have it on tape for you if you really need, the day I asked him, he said, oh, no, that I wasn't aware that that's part of the park. I didn't intend to give Giddings this map. And so, you do whatever the heck you want, Mr. Giddings, but I'm never going to let this go. I'm never, ever going to let this go. I was born in this town, and I will spend the next 50 years exposing you for the complete and total, utter crap of a pathetic excuse of a person you are. You're spineless. You have no moral code. You lie to bury people, and I have a wrongful conviction of not being in a park, and you know that. So you want to fix this, or do you still want to play this game? Because I got plenty of time. I got 42 USC cases. You're not even the biggest fish anymore. We're already going to the federal courts for every other ticket that got dropped, including your Occupy Jefferson, other tickets. So, do whatever you want. But if you wanted to be civil, if you actually wanted to show good faith instead of being the retard that we believe you are. But hey, you can take that back. You can show up at a time and date with us and have a civil conversation. And we can show you our maps. We can show you evidence. Hey, let's go have this conversation down at the Parks Department. You want to go meet me at the Parks Department? I think let's do that. Let's get Deshane's there too while we're at it. Maybe you guys can all have some you know.
You are approaching the maximum length for a recording. Finish your recording after the tone.
You better quit your job, Sean Giddings. You better do whatever it takes to hide and run from this problem because it's going to follow you forever. That's false imprisonment and kidnapping charges we're filing on you. You're never going to get away with this. We found the lease. You're a liar. We're going to expose you.
Maximum length for a recording. To send this message, press pound or hang up. To mark it urgent, 1. To play it, marked urgent. To send this message, press pound.
I've reached Sergeant Sean Giddings with the Fort Collins Police Department. I'm unavailable to take your call right now. Please leave me a detailed message, and I will return your call as soon as I can.
Record your message at the tone. When you are finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
Well, hello again, Mr. Giddings. It's William Montgomery again here. I figured I would help us out, get our little investigation team started here. Basically, I'm not going to let you get away with being in the dark anymore. You really need to know what's going on because you're the subject, and you should probably just turn yourself in once you hear all this stuff. So, but yeah, I think you need to hear a couple of things that I talked to with Bud. This was on June 8th of last year. We got into, a 45-minute conversation or 55-minute conversation with him regarding the maps of Jefferson Park. And so here's just a couple of really quick excerpts for you. Just really quick. Just to kind of give you an idea of just exactly how big in trouble you are. So real quick, 608. I just had a couple questions for Bud, so forth and so on. And this is what I got out of him. Just the clips. I'll give you the whole audio one of these days, but I think you just need to hear these clips. Okay, so I asked him a couple questions. This is what I got out of him.
It's a little concerning that you guys aren't offering it anymore. So. Well, the files I looked at is not in there.
Yeah, the files that he looked at, your map wasn't in there. We asked him again later on in the conversation.
Yeah, where you actually nailed down the official. Yeah, so, he says.
Yeah, he said he doesn't know where you nail down the official boundaries of the parks. So the Parks Department is not the source. Sorry, Giddings.
But you don't know if this is the actual. No, I'm going to have to check this one now because I thought that was public.
Yep, he thought that was public. The map that you got from him. You guys never talked and drilled down and clarified what exactly that map is for. When I pointed out the Linden Street sidewalk, he literally said this. Let me repeat it. He said this.
But you don't know if this is the actual. No, I'm going to have to check this one now because I thought that was public.
He's going to have to check this one out because he thought it was public. Maybe that's what you should have done. Moving on. Here's another one really quick for you.
Okay, so if Giddings asked for that map again, you guys would have to go find it. I'd have to go find the one that I gave him. Okay. I don't know where I got it.
Yeah, he doesn't know where he got it, the one he gave you. That's because it got pulled. That's because Jill Wirtz pulled it. I talked to Jill Wirtz, by the way. She's the one who produced the map. She produced it for maintenance purposes. She said it was used for right-of-way maintenance all the time. I can get you that audio, too. That's just given. But moving on here, another one.
I can't say that is the official exactly the thing because I don't know myself. Exactly.
He said he doesn't know if that's the official exactly the thing because he doesn't know himself. Also referring to this map that, we don't have access to anymore. But anyways, real quick, I talked to, who was it? It was Mike Calhoun as well as him a couple weeks later on 6/15, I believe. And so, let's throw in a couple of those audios too real quick.
Okay, what are we looking for? You got my map, right? Well, actually, that was the fat map. And we are having trouble finding the original one that Giddings came over here and got for you guys. The one that he showed denied, the one that was used. Only the one I gave you guys is the one I have.
So, the one he gave you guys is the only one he has. That's Mike Calhoun.
I gave you the same map that he gave you. Yeah.
And there's Bud saying that he gave me the same map that Mike Calhoun did.
I just searched everything, and that's that same map.
And there's Mike Calhoun saying he just searched everything, and there's no map there. So that's still the same present status, by the way. Why don't you guys talk to them? Or, like I said, sit down and have a meeting here. I think we all three could probably sit down. Maybe we should start sitting down with the real estate and the GIS and the survey department, too, since, all this could have been avoided had you used a 143-year-old plat. By the way, if you go online to citydocs.fcgov.com, just type in original town plat. You can see very clearly what all the streets are that are lined up. 100 feet right-of-ways for most of them. Some of them are 70. But yeah, that's a map too. Technically, you're supposed to be able to just use your patrol map. Oh, I got to throw this in real quick. Oh man, we called in some pizza box enjoyers later on, a couple weeks later. They didn't even use a map. They totally kicked everyone out of the park, let them stay on the sidewalk, and totally dispatch said that's city property. There's never been any issues there. So we have ghost protocols that we pull on you guys. No one pulled a map out and did their correct job several weeks later. It's only you that are retarded that think you can deviate from your job, not know right of way, and go waltzing down to the parks departments. Sorry, hey, does that mean we need to go to the natural areas for the natural areas maps? Does that department?
You are approaching the maximum length for a recording.
Library.
Finish your recording after the tone.
So does that mean we're supposed to go to the library for the library boundaries too? Or maybe we should just all be going to the GIS and the real estate departments for their boundaries, and survey department and stuff like that. Peace out. Talk to you next time. Please set up a meeting with me. I really need to.
Maximum length for a recording. To send this message, press pound or hang up. To mark it urgent, 1. To play it, 3. To marked urgent. To send this message, press pound or hang up. To cancel, your message has been sent.
You've reached Sergeant Sean Giddings with the Fort Collins Police Department. I'm unavailable to take your call right now. Please leave me a detailed message, and I will return your call as soon as I can.
Record your message at the tone. When you are finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
Hey, Mr. Giddings, it's William Montgomery again. I really figured this needs to be a 3 of 3 type voicemail, so you at least have something to go off of, for your reverse investigation. Maybe a little bit more emphasis on what to turn yourself in with. So this is actually something that I haven't had a chance to even turn over to Internal Affairs, like Craig Horton. So if you want to just forward this voicemail on for me, technically this is all part of the same investigation I'm trying to get to you guys. So, but nevertheless, this is something you really need to hear yourself. So on June 22nd of last year at 3:45 p.m., I had a nice little conversation with Jill Wirtz. Called her up, so enjoy.
Your T-Mobile minute balance is low. You'll be charged 10 cents a minute when your balance has reached zero. Dial pound, BAL pound, to ensure you have sufficient funds. Hello, this is Jill.
Hi, yes, is this Jill Wirtz?
Yes.
Hi, the name is William Montgomery here. I've been trying to get a hold of you for a while. You're the next up the chain of this little investigation that I've been trying to do. So I'm glad to finally get a hold of you, first off.
Okay.
I promise I won't take up too much of your time. It's a very easy question, I imagine, or I'm hoping. So I was talking with Bud on a map that he had provided to an officer regarding Jefferson Park. And the two maps that I know of that are in existence for the Parks Department is the just for you guys, and Bud kind of told me that this is what you do is to put these things together, is the FAT Jefferson Park and then just Jefferson Park. We can't. Yeah, so between those two, the FAT is pretty obvious. It's the facilities and trails. But what we were confused of is with the other one, the one with the red and the green lines. Basically, which one's which? Since it didn't have a legend, we were kind of confused as to what the boundaries are for the park, or if that is a boundary map, or if it's selected for this map or something.
Does one of them go to like the curb line along the road?
Yeah,
one of them just more like a rectangle?
Yeah, the one that's more like a rectangle with a tiny little L at the bottom of it that is basically includes the sidewalk that's opposite of the mission there.
one is the red one, which is more of a bigger, fatter rectangle that includes that little parking lot up the way?
I don't know that map off the top of my head. Is there any way you can email it to me and I can take a look? There's a few different things it could be. One of those is probably a parcel line, so that includes ownership. But one of them may be a maintenance boundary.
That's exactly what we were thinking, actually, those two concepts.
So that's usually what those are. And especially if it goes to a curb or something like that, that includes right-of-way, but a lot of times we maintain tree lawns within the right-of-way and things like that.
Yeah,
so we kind of... Exactly. So we maintain two different polygon files, one of which is an ownership file of the exact parcel boundary, and then the other is more like a maintenance boundary.
Okay. Well, perfect. Hey, I only got 10 seconds. I'm running out of free time. I got your email. Let me send you an email of the map, and we'll go from there.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Yeah, and there you have it. I actually followed up with her. I have another audio of that, too. I have an email chain. It really isn't rocket science here. So, yeah, it's called taking ownership and taking responsibility, for your mistakes. And I think you need to start doing that, man. I have a wrongful conviction on my record. I have to put down on applications that I unlawfully conducted myself.
Approaching the maximum length for a recording. Finish your recording after the tone.
I have to put on applications that I unlawfully conducted on public property. I think we clearly both know that's not what happened. Please exonerate me. Or, like I said, forever I will spend following you on this. I will keep pushing forever.
The maximum length for a recording. To send this message, press pound or hang up. To mark it urgent, 1. To play it, 3. Marked urgent. To send this message, press pound or hang up. To cancel, your message has been sent. If you would like to try an extension, you may do so now.